What's up, everybody? Welcome to our week 7 webinar. 2 weeks left of this challenge. And so far, we have seen tremendous strides in the gym, absolute tremendous strides in the gym. We've also seen all that bloating that everyone experienced the first couple of weeks of the challenge has come off. People really look good. In fact, I saw Megan Cox in the gym today and said, "Hey, this is the best I have ever seen you look since you've been at the gym. By the way, you're also lifting the heaviest you've ever been since you've been at the gym." So kudos to her and everyone else that has continued the habits up through week 7. So, all right, let's get rolling. So, have a couple of questions here. Let's pull them up. All right, question number 1. What do you recommend in terms of recovery during the last weeks of the heavy strength cycle? Okay. All right. So we have some general guidelines in terms of what recovery should look like. And now for the end of the cycle, we would just kind of beef that up. All right. So the first thing we'd want to do is taper our training as we inch into testing week. So what does taper look like? It's a reduction in volume, total sets, reps, weight. We want to try to manage the intensity. It's essential that we don't drop the weights too drastically because we want to maintain a lot of the neuromuscular efficiency that we've built up to at this point without causing excessive fatigue. So it would basically be more of a drop in volume, right? Or load with a slight reduction in weight. Okay. All right. We definitely want to prioritize our sleep. Want to aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Make sure, we eliminate distractions, cool, dark room. For some of you, if you're lucky enough, you can take a nap in the afternoon to help get some extra Z's in there. Active recovery. So that would be walking, cycling. Again, we want to avoid any activities that are too high impact. Okay. We want to make sure we're mobilizing or stretching. Okay. Spend 5 minutes after each class the next couple of weeks stretching out your muscles. Okay. Make sure we aren't missing the before class stretch. Make sure we get that in as well. Make sure our nutrition is on point. Are we getting enough protein? Are we getting enough carbohydrates in order to give us energy? So check in with yourself. What does my energy look like? Is it from a lack of sleep or a lack of fuel or stress? All those things matter. Okay. Make sure we get enough micronutrients. For some of you, that might mean take a multivitamin. I recently started taking the Driven multivitamin at the gym, and I haven't taken a multivitamin in like 10 years. And I feel actually really good while I'm on that. It also helps regulate my bowel movements pretty substantially. So I'm kind of into it. All right. Make sure we're, are we supplementing? You don't have to supplement, but you could. Creatine is definitely going to help. Essential amino acids are going to help. Those types of things, right? Massage helps out. Foam rolling, that helps us feel better. The better we feel, the more confident we will be going into a lift. Okay. I talked about managing your stress. That is going to be a big deal as well. Sorry, I just realized that no one has the link to this webinar. Awesome. All right. So we're going to go into that. Okay. Manage your stress as best as possible. Okay. And then our mindset is, man, when we're going to the lift, we're locked into what we have to do when that barbell is either on our back, over our chest, or coming off the ground. Okay. Be locked in. and try to avoid any foolishness right before you get ready, because we have a lot of foolishness, but try to avoid that as we get ready to lift. All right. And stay active, right? We want to stay active, but maybe avoid new activities like Bradley going in and joining a soccer team and spraining his ankle pretty bad. So stay active, avoid new activities as we inch towards the last couple weeks of this. Okay. All right. Second question is, how does your menstrual cycle affect your ability to work out and lift weights? Okay. This is a big one. All right. Now, I spent a good amount of time looking into this, and I had some knowledge beforehand. Um, but ultimately, what the data says is this is going to be very individual to each person, and how your cycle affects you is is going to be different across the board. But we do have some data that says that gives us an idea of how it looks, right? And particularly, we're just going to look at the first 5 days, the menstrual phase, since that is what most of you are worried about as we inch towards the end here. Okay, so um, it the biggest thing and how it's going to affect your workout is your energy levels. You're fatigued, okay, which is going to affect your intensity at which you exercise. So if we know that, then to approach, and this kind of goes hand in hand with this, her second question was, what should we do if we're menstruating during testing week? All right. So this advice can go both ways. So if we know our energy levels are going to be down, if we know we're fatigued, okay, then again, we want to concentrate on maximizing our recovery, make sure we're getting enough sleep. And then maybe this situation where we take a pre-workout before we start our workout to get us that extra little adrenaline push, okay, that extra energy rush before we work out. Um, because the data really says is that there's no significant change in strength performance. But again, it's very individualistic, and that might be different across the board. Okay. The biggest thing here is your fatigue and your energy levels. All right. And how can we manipulate that if we need to for the positive? So, that is basically how your menstrual cycle affects your fitness. Um, Again, there's no real data to suggest that it makes you weaker. That could be a mindset thing, or it could be anecdotal. I'm not really sure. Um, so let's get our mind right. Let's manage our energy levels, and we will be good to go. All right. Sorry about the link for week 7. I don't know what happened there, but you get to watch this on record. And if you watch this, you'll get 3 points. So, all right, everybody, let's get stacked.